Of child molesting admitted in court today he's been violating his probation. Dale Bradshaw was released from prison back in August after serving less than half of his 8-year sentence. He pleaded guilty to molesting a 5-year-old boy who contracted an STD. WSBT-22's Zach Crenshaw was in the courtroom today, and Zach, the hearing had to do with Bradshaw's probation.
Yeah, which he's sentenced to spend 2 years on. But as prosecutors said today, Bradshaw has violated every cornerstone of probation. Now, the family wants him to finish probation back in prison. And the law they've worked to enact in Indiana, they want it to go nationwide.
Send Dale back to jail.
The rally cry was clear outside the St. Joseph County Courthouse. Family supporters wanted Dale Bradshaw behind bars again for violating multiple terms of probation. In court, Bradshaw admitted he had failed to complete court-ordered sex offender therapy, violated the exclusion zone around his victim's house, tested positive for cocaine and marijuana, and failed to pay probation-related fees, all since being released in August. After admitting guilt, the judge set sentencing for December and said already existing GPS monitoring was enough of a safeguard until then. The victim's grandmother, who didn't want to be identified, was hoping Bradshaw would be back in prison today.
Why does he get to go back out again today, out the door, and function and do what he wants to do as if it's just a normal day for him, when it shouldn't be?
Her grandson, Cameron, was 5 years old when he was molested and contracted an STD from Bradshaw.
Every time he has an outbreak, he will know what he has and how he got it, and Dale Bradshaw will forever, ever be in his nightmares.
The tragic situation has led to change. Cameron's law went into effect July 1st in Indiana, thanks to the help of local lawmakers.
When you do have a person who knows they have a sexually transmitted disease and then transmits it to a child through a sexual assault, it does raise this to a level 1 felony, which is the highest level of felony in the state of Indiana.
When it gets to little children, I think it gets personal for everybody else.
Supporters want Cameron's law to expand outside of Indiana, and the family wants Dale Bradshaw off the streets.
He needs to go to jail, and he needs to stay there.
Supporters tell me they want Bradshaw to be required to pay for Cameron's medical bills for the rest of the boy's life. Bradshaw has more than 1.5 years of probation left to serve. The judge will decide in a month whether or not Bradshaw will serve the rest of that probation in jail, out in public, or have it revoked altogether. In the studio, Zach Crenshaw, WSBT 22 News.